aim of the game is not to turn off your emotions, is to be able to manage them. To see where I'm coming from. You know, you have to be able to manage them. In order to manage something, you have to understand it first. You know? Yeah, like, okay, I know I just had an argument with my girl, but I'm still going to trade anyway. I need to get to the bag. You might have even had an argument with a girl about fucking money, and then you're trying to go on the charts with that same, you know, that's again, people don't want to hear this stuff. People just want to hear all the stuff that's related to the charts. But if the charts was the only thing that makes me profitable, why the fuck is everyone not profitable? What is it you're focused on? Are you focused on winning, or are you focused on performing well? You know, if you focus on performing well, then it opens up another kind of goals. What do I need to do in order to perform well? You see what I'm saying?
So, yo, my people, got another video for you today with my brother Nate, / my mentor as well. Do you know what I mean? And like, we've been wanting to do this for like a long time, innit? Because when we have our sessions, it's like we get into these conversations. That's like, how would you explain it? What would you say they are like? I
would explain them as like, I'll say deep conversations for lack of better words. The word I was looking for, but I couldn't remember it. I don't want to embarrass myself on camera. So what's it called? But yeah, it's like deep, like meaningful, like conversations. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean? Open-minded and like very insightful. And I just thought, I don't know, maybe some people would like to hear it. Do you know what I mean? And like kind of get different perspectives on different things in life and anything, right? So obviously this is Nate. Do you want to tell them about yourself, bro? Do you want to tell them what you do?
Yeah, man. So I'm a man that does a few things. I'm a family man, husband. My dad. I am a businessman, if you can call it that. I don't like to. I feel like it's a bit corny. I'm a businessman. Nah. But yeah, I own a perfume company. I teach FOREX as well. I've been trading for just over 8 years now, which is mad, bro.
That's a long time, bro.
Yeah, which is mad. From where I started off from, it's mad, bro. Been profitable for the past 4 years now, coming up to. Yeah, man. I'm just a man. I'm just a nobody doing things, you know. A nobody doing things. I'll put it like that. You know?
Cool. So you've been profitable for like 4 years now, right?
Yeah.
So what would you say like the biggest part of your journey was like to kind of get to that stage?
I think it was a lot of it was gaining like awareness of how these markets really work, not just from a technical perspective, but like understanding myself more. You know, as you become more, as your awareness of yourself and your habits, your tendencies, your capabilities, so to speak, as you heighten your awareness to those things, you start to realize, okay, cool, trading is more of a mental game than it is a physical game. I mean, what physically we're analysing charts and pressing buttons. Do you know what I mean? So everything else outside of that is more psychological, you know. And it was me understanding that to a deep degree, to where I was like, okay, cool. Like, I need to work more on, who was it that said it? I think it was either Bob Proctor or it was, I forget the other guy's name. I think it was Bob Proctor, but he said you have to work more on yourself than you do on your craft. And the minute I understood that and started really like doubling down on that, that's when things started to change. Obviously my technicals and my understanding how to mark up a chart as well was a very instrumental part of the process. But I would say more so understanding myself and my tendencies was like one of the most like hard-hitting things that made the biggest difference in my journey. Do you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. So cool. So because trading kind of got you into understanding yourself and stuff, would you say if you didn't go down the path of trading, you would still be who you are today without like, with like your mind, the way you see things? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what? That's a great question. I don't think I would be who I am now if it wasn't for trading and for me understanding why I needed to understand myself better. And the reason I say that is because of this, right? Trading is just a mirror that basically reflects who you are. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you are full of chaos inside, your self-belief, your confidence, your sense of self, if you will. If those things are out of whack and your insides are full of chaos, your MT4 is going to reflect that. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, obviously for the people that don't understand, when you're in profit, it shows up with a number in blue, and when you're in loss, it shows up with a number in red, right? If you have red inside of you, chaos and so on and so forth that I just mentioned, you're going to see a lot of that, a lot of red in your MetaTrader 4. Do you see what I'm saying? And the minute you clear that up and you start to understand, okay, cool, like, why am I the way that I am? What is my belief towards money? You know, like, for example, I wouldn't have understood that money is it's just a transfer of energy, and it's the people that are the most calm, the people that are the most able to weather storm, that are the people that long term make a lot more money. Do you know where I'm coming from? Little things like that, you know, like I would have trading is what forced me to understand these things from a deep level. If I was just running a business like my perfume business, I would have been more than happy to be the person that's like force, you know, you use force, because in business, okay, everything is dependent on you. For example, when you know, how you sell, how aggressive you sell, how much you market, how much you post, all of these things are more determined by yourself, right? But in Forex, you can't determine what the market does. You can only control what you do.
Yeah.
Do you get where I'm coming from? And then you have to give the rest to the to the market, you know? So I wouldn't have been forced to understand myself so that I can extract money from the markets had it not been for Forex. So I don't think I would have been the same person.
It's crazy, isn't it?
It's nuts, bro.
It's true though, because that's like me. I feel like the only reason why I've even gone down the path of like psychology, the mind, and like shifting my internal state is because of trading. You know what I mean?
Facts,
so
likewise.
because of all of, like, it's hard to say. I feel like in normal day-to-day life we can get away with not being aware of our internal state. Do you get what I mean? And thinking everything's normal. But when it comes to like something like trading, you have to get to the root of it. It's something that you have to fix in order for you to get like the required outcome that you need. To get what I'm saying? I'm not saying that my psychology is perfect or anything, but I've done a lot of work internally because of Forex that has now shifted my life, my actual life, for the better. To get what I mean? Not just from like just a Forex point of view. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even on your level yet, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm still learning. You're still teaching me. Do you get what I mean? But from an internal, it's put me on like a whole different dimension. And I don't think there's anything else that would have got me to this state other than Forex. Do you know what I mean?
100%, bro. And do you know what it is as well? I think there's very similar to what you said. I think there's a very few things that you can do that will give you the same sort of effect and need, like what's the word? The urgency to have to learn who you are as a person. I think chess, is one of them.
Do you think I play a lot of chess though? Do you think so? With chess, is, I don't know, man. Chess is like,
okay. I'll tell you why I think that. Yeah, I say that because, you know, chess, especially if you're doing timed chess, it's a very high stress environment where you have to make a lot of critical decisions.
That's true.
Under time, you know. That's true. And if you are unable to do so, it's like you're gonna lose, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like, if you work on yourself and you're like, okay, cool, why, like, you start digging into your beliefs about, you know, into yourself. Like, you might be the type of person that questions yourself a lot, you know. You might have to, then when you start to identify, okay, cool, like, why am I actually like this? Do you know what I mean? You start digging down into your beliefs. One of your beliefs might be, I don't know, for example, if I'm wrong, then I'm automatically gonna lose. When it's like, you can make a rubbish decision in chess and still come back and get the W. Do you get where I'm coming from? So then you start to question your beliefs about, you know, right and wrong, making mistakes. You know, what do most people think about mistakes? Or if I make a mistake, it's bad.
It's the end of the world, your failure.
Yeah,
all of that.
Do you see what I'm saying? So I think chess is definitely one of them. I think as well, loosely, fighting as well. Like boxing or MMA or something like that. And I also say that because, yes, a lot of it is determined by you know, the punches you throw, the kicks you throw, so on and so forth. However, you have to start looking into yourself and start looking at your self-belief. And there's nothing.
It's a very mental type of thing.
See what I'm saying? There's nothing worse than a fighter that is amazing but doesn't believe in themselves. Then you're just gonna get destroyed, bro. Do you know what I mean? Not because you're a bad fighter, but because your self-confidence is low. And I think I would even go so far to say I think IQ, I think confidence pays more dividends than IQ. If I'm being very honest, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many smart people do you know that are just, do you know what I mean? They're just, what's it called? They don't live the life that they want to live, not because they're not smart, but because they have opportunities and they don't take them because what if I fail? What if this? What if that? They don't believe in themselves. You see what I'm saying?
100%.
You know, so there may be a few other things and industries out there that require as much of yourself than forex and chess and fighting. I'm not too sure, if I'm being honest. But
I'm not too sure. I didn't think of those personally. I can see chess though when you say that though.
Yeah.
But for me, it didn't hit that because I don't know, with forex you're losing money, so it kind of it makes you dig a little bit deeper. With chess, it's just, I don't know. I love chess. I play it often, but it doesn't make me question myself that deep as much as forex did.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I guess so. Yeah, I feel like it tugs. Forex definitely tugs more at you because it's like you said, it's money, and for us, money,
It's like a survival.
it's survival.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you ain't got no money, you can't really survive in this day and age. You know what I mean? Or you can survive, but you be surviving like
Limited, man.
Yeah, on a limited. Do you know what I mean? You know, the person that lives under the bridge in a sleeping bag is still surviving. They're just doing so poorly. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's still surviving.
Yeah,
It's true though.
So yeah, that's my thing personally. But yeah, no, definitely, I don't think I would have been the person that I am now if it wasn't forex. 100% not. Because what else is going to force? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't play chess like that. Do you know what I mean? I play chess, but not. I don't play for money. I don't play for business, and I don't fight for money either. Do you know what I mean? So it's like forex is the main thing where it's, I don't know what this person's doing. I'm gonna be honest.
Driving slow. It's mad though if you think about it. That, like, this is just two different people that have lived like two different lives.
Yeah.
And we've kind of gone through like the same experience through one what can we call it? Like, one industry.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of mad. I think it's pretty crazy. So, like, cool. So you have your perfume company as well.
Yeah.
So let's say you used to build your perfume company first, and then you go into trading. Like, what do you think? So you'd be different, basically.
Yeah, I do think so. I feel like trading would have been a lot harder, from a psychological perspective, because there's two conflicting. Like, even now, sometimes it's like, okay, like I have to really like bring myself. I have to ground myself, if you will, because with business, it's like I was mentioning earlier, everything is really not everything, but majority of whether my business is going to succeed or fail, it rests on me and what I do, the physical things that I do. The more I do, the more I get. Do you get what I'm saying? The more I do TikTok lives, the more money I'm going to make. The more pop-up shops I do, the more money I'm going to make. The more marketing I do, the more I'm going to make, right? So I would have been trying to bring that mentality that's been providing my lifestyle
into the markets.
Trying
to force it.
Yeah, where it just doesn't work. Do you know what I mean? Because people think, okay, cool, you know, if I take 5 trades, essentially that means I'm going to make more money, right? Well, that's wrong. Do you know what I mean? You know, because you can, it's like, I think I might have even given you this example. It's like, if you take 2 random, you see all the people that we're driving past now, you can take 2 random people, have never been in a boxing gym before, and say to them, listen, you're going to go into the boxing gym one day next week, and this is person A, and person B, you're going to go in the boxing gym 4 times a week. Who's going to get hit more? Who's going to get punched in the face more? The person that's in the boxing gym more, right?
Yeah.
Especially if they're both on very low experience. Do you get what I'm saying? You know? So it's the same thing like with forex. The more times you trade, the more you're going to open yourself up to losses. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the less you trade, the less you open yourself up to losses. People don't understand that. People just think, okay, the more trades I take, the more money I'm going to make. Do you know what I mean? Because they've gone from, whether it's running a business to, I don't know, working 9 to 5. You work a 9 to 5, maybe not even a salary-based 9 to 5, but like a 9 to 5 where, you know, you're working in Sainsbury's or something. Do you know what I mean? You're working by the hour. You're getting paid by the hour. So if you earn £10 an hour, okay, the more hours I work,
the more money
I'm gonna get. If I work less hours, I'm gonna earn less money. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like people try to bring that into forex where it doesn't work, and then it's what's the term?
Incompatible, maybe.
Cognitive dissonance. You know, where you're conflicting yourself inside.
Mhm.
Because you've held this belief that's been responsible for your survival, you know, and then you're coming to a market where that's just being shattered. Basically, you're going to have some internal conflict. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, so I feel like if I started a perfume business before, it would have been more difficult for me to understand from a psychological perspective how to succeed in the markets. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? So yeah,
It's crazy. That's deep, though.
No, it's mad. It's so interesting, bro. It's so interesting. Because when I first heard that, I was like, fuck with that, man. Let me just get to the money. Do you know what I mean?
Let me get to the bag.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? You know, when the thing that I was just neglecting, the door I was refusing to go through was the door that was going to take me to the next level. Do you get what I mean? And I didn't know it. You know, which, do you know what? I'm going to ask you a question actually.
Go on.
Before we started working together, or actually no, not even before we started working together, before you even started trading, because I know you was it binary options before, right?
Yeah, options. Yeah,
Yeah,
not binary. Yeah, why do you always call it binary options?
Yeah, that's because that's
options.
oh, okay, right? Because that's why I started with binary options, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I always confuse the two. But did you understand how like important psychology was before you started like going into options and trading? Or
What with
was
like
it,
live money? Or?
yeah. Or was it a thing of you just went in and you had to learn the hard way?
Yeah, I think from what I can remember, I don't know perfect memory, but from what I can remember,
yeah.
I definitely had to learn the hard way.
Okay, makes sense.
Definitely had to learn the hard way because it was just like when you first started learning, it's about charts, isn't it? It's just it's strictly about the charts. You don't really think anything
facts.
other.
Yeah.
And then you just get hit with like, I don't even know how psychology kind of came to me. I don't know. Maybe I think I couldn't tell you. Damn, that's bad. I couldn't tell you how psychology came to me, but I think it was just that I kept. Yeah, that's what it was. So I would have a set of rules, and I'm not following the rules.
Oh,
do you get what I mean? So then it's like, bro, why am I not following the rules, bro? Do you get what I mean? So it's like I had to, and then it kind of. Then I started hearing more about psychology. You have to get this on and I was like, okay, so it makes sense because it's like, bro, why am I not? I have a set of rules, and I can't follow my rules.
Yeah.
And it brought up all these conflicts within me because it's like, bro, is this how I am like on a day-to-day basis? Because you've heard the saying like, oh, how you are on the charts or how you perform is how you are in real life, or how you do one thing is how you do everything. Do you get what I mean? It's like, bro, if I can't even follow rules that I've set out, how have I been living like my whole entire life? Do I just not listen to myself? And it made me deep. I was like,
so mad.
do I not listen to my own self? How can I not listen to myself? And then it made me think, how can I want people to listen to me? I don't even listen to myself. And how can I? Do you get what I mean? It gets deep, bro. And I was like, and then it just took me down this hole, and I was trying to just get better internally. Then obviously I went to your trading masterclass. Yeah. And then you guys were telling me about Bob Proctor. You guys were on the psychology as well, and even AB actually. AB used to tell me about psychology. Yeah. I used to brush him. Yeah. Same thing. You know what I mean? I used to brush him, but And then it's like, then I started getting into it. Bob Proctor. Then I started understanding. And I was like, wow, like it makes sense. And then I was just so like just interested. Yeah. And I don't know, it just put me so interested in the mind, because obviously I wanted to get better at trading, but I have to understand myself first in order to get better at trading. So then I just kept going down and down and down, and then here we are now. And now I understand now that, bro, like psychology is a really big thing. Do you know what I mean? How you see something is like very massive, because how you see something is then how you're going to react to it, and how you react to it is then how you, do you get what I mean? And it all corresponds. I didn't understand that at first. Do you get what I mean? Even to questions of like, why is my heart beating when the trade's going red? Do you know what I mean? Why does it feel like? And you don't even notice that before. Do you get what I mean? You might not even notice that before, but then it's like when you start getting awareness. I think awareness is the biggest thing. You start seeing how much of this actually shapes your whole entire life, and not just when you're on the charts. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so definitely. Then I think that's how I understood that. It's very important, man. I mean, like, it's very important. And me and you personally, we haven't gone into like our psychology yet. Yeah. And I can't wait for that person.
Bro, we go into that, bro. Yeah.
It's mad. But even what you were saying, like even before we haven't gone into yet. But even then, I have like a whole like psychology thing where I've had to ask myself like mad questions, like why do you like there was times I would revenge trade, bro, on options. You know what I mean? I'm just moving mad, bro. Like I've lost what? Small change, bro. That don't really mean nothing.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I'm £1,000 down in a day, bro.
Yeah, it's long, bro.
I'm fuming. I'm saying, bro, like, why can't you just accept like a loss? Like, why do you have to like? And it made me understand that, bro, I just always want to be right.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? I'm so attached to this to money. It's like life or death, and then it's just like it gets deep, bro. Like,
you know. And do you know what makes it even scarier? That a lot of it is beneath your level of conscious awareness. So it's like I had this thing, right? When I first started like understanding psychology, where it was like, hold on a minute, this stuff, the reason why I'm losing is something that you can't turn it off, bro. Do you know what I mean? You can't turn it. You know when people say like, what's that stupid thing that people say? Leave your emotions at the door. Idiots, bro. It's so stupid because it's like, bro, you can't leave your emotions at the door. They are a part of you. You know, the aim of the game is not to turn off your emotions. Is to be able to manage them. To see where I'm coming from. You know, you have to be able to manage them. In order to manage something, you have to understand it first. You know? So it's like, for me, I was thinking, yo, like, okay, cool, psychology, easy, and I started realizing, okay, cool, this is my trading plan, but I'm taking trades, and it's like, you know when you take a trade and you go to journaling, you're like, bro, why the fuck did I take this trade? This was stupid. Do you know what I mean? 100%. And it was like, okay, cool. So then there's a layer deeper than, okay, right, I feel this way, I'm angry, whatever, okay, cool. So it's not just anger now. It's like, it's deeper than that.
It's deeper than that,
you know? And that's when you start getting into like, what's the term for it? It's like when your body, like when your body does things involuntarily. I can't remember what the term is called now. I'll remember it at some point. But it's like you start understanding, okay, cool, like the heart rate thing that you just mentioned. When your heart starts beating fast, when you start sweating, what else? Shallow breathing. Yeah. All of these things, they're like emotional stimulus. Can't remember now. But like your body does these things without you asking for it. Do you know what I mean? It just happens. So then you have to start asking yourself, okay, cool, how do I know that I'm even emotional? You know how many people say, oh, I'm not emotional? And it's like, okay, why is your heart beating fast? Go and put an Apple Watch on and go and check your heart rate and then come back to me and tell me you're not emotional. Do you know what I mean? And that's where, again, I had to start learning, okay, there's a difference between emotions and feelings. People think that they're the same thing. No, they're fucking not. Do you know what I mean? Emotions is the things that your body does when you are in a state of fight and flight. Where feelings, on the other hand, is your awareness of said emotions. Do you see where I'm coming from?
You've said this to me before, but I haven't fully grasped it yet.
Yeah, so like when we go into psychology, we'll dive into it properly. But long story short, it's like, okay, when you're okay, for example, you could be out. You know this better than anybody, right? You could be walking, it's dark, and you hear someone, yo. Your heart starts beating. You don't ask for those things to happen. You know, you just hear it, and then it's like you either run or you fight. So
what's that? That's emotion. That's your
you know. Biological signatures. That's what it is. So biological signatures basically these are the things that start to arise when you go into a state of fight and flight. You know, but then feelings, on the other hand, is where it's like, okay, cool. You become aware of your body doing these things. You know, the heart rate and so on and so forth, and then you become scared, and scared is the fear, it's the feeling. Sorry, do you see where I'm coming from? So emotions are the things that your body just does automatically, and feelings is your awareness of those things.
Of it. So like something might have triggered me, and I can feel it, like I can feel myself getting triggered. That's my feelings.
Yeah, and what do people call that? Fear, anxiety is another one. Okay. That's what is called anxiety. Awareness of this thing. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And people think that, oh, anxiety, that's the thing, that's the reason why I can't follow my trading plan. It's like, no, you're not regulating yourself, you're not catching yourself when your what's the biological signatures are starting to come up. You know, because if your biological signatures start to take over, bro, the jig is up. You better just put your laptop, close it, and go and do something else.
You can't, because it's like an automatic reaction.
Do you see where I'm coming from?
Control yourself.
You know? So what people don't realise is that you have to regulate yourself before, whilst, and after you're you're on the charts. So before you even go on the charts, that's why we speak about what the audits,
Mm-hmm.
being aware of what your body is doing. How are you? Are you calm? Are you? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what is going on with your body? Is your heart beating fast? You know, are you breathing shallow? You want to regulate yourself. If you're in a bad place emotionally, before you go on the charts, just do your audit and go and do something else. But people don't want to hear that. They want to hear, fuck that. Okay, I know I just had an argument with my girl, but I'm still going to trade anyway. I need to get to the bag. You might have even had an argument with your girl about fucking money, and then you're trying to go on the charts with that same, that same, like when you have you might have a camera, you can put different color lenses on it to get a different effect. Anger, that's the red, what's it called? That's the red filter. Then you have, I don't know, happiness, which is a blue filter, for example. You might have, you might be ecstatic, that's a green filter. We don't see the market as it is. We see the market through the lens that we're looking at. Do you see what I'm saying? So people then get, oh, I just had an argument with my girl, you go on the charts, but they're not looking like what's it that Randy House says? All emotions are, all thoughts are emotional state dependent. Do you see where I'm coming from? So the way you think now is going to be dependent on your emotional state. That's why, for example, so you could be
I believe that, yeah.
100%. Bro, you could be pissed off and someone does something nice for you, you're like, fuck this guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because you're in a bad mood. But if you're neutral, you're like, oh, thanks, and you just continue with your day. You might, oh, that was a really nice gesture. That might put you in a good mood. Do you see what I'm saying? So I say all emotions, all thoughts are your emotional state dependent, But again, people don't want to hear this stuff. People just want to hear all the stuff that's related to the charts. But if the charts was the only thing that makes people profitable, then why the fuck is everyone not profitable?
That's true.
Do you know what I mean?
Crazy. So cool. So let's say, because obviously that's for traders, right? So let's say, how can one extrapolate this that is not a trader and extrapolate this to day-to-day life or their own industry or something? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
How this can help in just day-to-day.
Yeah. So I think the same thing arises with a lot of other things, bro. You could have a high stress job where it's like, okay, cool. Let me think of something. Okay, random example. Let's say a golf player, for example. You play golf, right? Which is completely different to trading. Now, when you go to play golf, you want to, number one, regulate yourself. Make sure that you're not in a emotionally off place before you do anything, right? Once you've done that now, then you have to start looking into yourself, and you have to start being aware of, okay, cool, when this emotion arises, I don't perform as well. Do you see what I'm saying? So then you start to regulate yourself before you even go to swing anything, but before, as you're doing that, you're also diving into your beliefs about winning, about pressure, you start to dive into these things, so that now you, very similar to trading, even though it's not the same thing, but you start to move from, okay, I need to win. You move from that to, okay, I need to perform well. Everything that me and my coach have been through, I need to make sure that I execute these things immaculately, and then you let the rest fall where it's going to fall. Do you see what I'm saying? The same way we do in Forex. I think that's a very good place to start, because then essentially what you're doing is you're extrapolating that same psychological mind frame or mentality. You're taking that and you're putting it to something else that's completely nothing to do with Forex. Do you see what I'm saying? Same thing in a high stress job. What you should be focusing on is your performance. That's how you determine if you've done well or not. I don't think whether you've done well is determined by, if we won or not. Personally, obviously, yes, you want to win, but that's why you have to do the best that you can do. And hopefully, if you're doing a team sport, hopefully everyone else does the same thing. Bro, imagine you have 5 people in a sales team and everyone just focused on everyone needs to call 20 people today. Imagine if everyone focused on their 20 people and calling these people and making sure that they do the best that they can do. Would you not get a better result than, okay, we need to win, so da-da-da-da? Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. If everyone focuses on what they need to do,
you're going to get a better result overall. Is that going to necessarily lead to winning? No.
It might not sometimes.
But it's going to heighten your odds.
Of course, 100%.
Do you see what I'm saying? And that's all life is, right? Odds. You could have, God forbid, You could have been lit down on your way here. Do you know what I mean? You know, so could I. Someone could have smashed into me, and that could have been the end. You know, we could not be doing this interview right now. You know, life is about odds. So for me, I try to answer your question. I would say people should focus. I say should. I don't want to be the person telling everyone what to do. Everyone do what they want to do.
Everyone do what they do.
Based on my experience, the things that lead to the best result is when I psychologically first I audit myself before I even do anything. How am I doing right now? You know, what's my emotional state? Am I even in a state to perform well enough to even succeed at this thing? Because if the answer's no and I can put it off till later, I'd rather just do that. Then okay, it has to be done now. Let me just fuck it. I know I'm pissed off and da. You might start be doing stuff jiggy jagger, you know, and before you know it, you've lost. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. Like for me, I would say, number one, audit yourself. Number two, after you audit yourself, understand what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're focused on. Are you focused on winning, or are you focused on performing well? You know, if you focus on performing well, then it opens up another can of worms. What do I need to do in order to perform well?
In order to perform well.
Do you see what I'm saying? And then, okay, cool, these are the things I need to do. How do I do this to the best of my... How do I do this the best way that it can be done? And if the thing that you need to do, let's say there's 5 facets to it, how do I do all 5 of these things well? And from that point, you end up getting a better result. That's how I would say is the wisest way to extrapolate what we do to other industries. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's mad. That kind of makes sense, though.
Yeah, that's what I would say personally. Because it is about odds, bro, when you really think about it. You know?
So is that the way you kind of like you like to view life as like odds?
Yeah.
Is that because of trading or just in general?
Yeah, oh, definitely because of trading, 100%. Because I wasn't thinking like this before. Do you know what I mean? Definitely wasn't thinking like this before. Because for me, it was just like, alright, I don't want to hear none of that. I want to win. What do I need to do to win? Do you know what I mean? You know. But now it's like, you can't control whether you win all the time. I don't care what anyone says, Andrew Tate or Grant Cardone or any of these people. You can't determine whether you win or not. You know.
Of course not.
You can't. But what you can determine is the odds of you winning by you doing the best that you can do. You know. How's the saying go? I will do my best and let God handle the rest. I do my best to live by that.
100%.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the thing though. Everyone keeps trying to control outcomes, man. You can't
tell me about it.
You can't control the outcome. That's something I've only learned recently though, man. So I'm not even trying to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, obviously live how you want to live, bro. But the one thing that's helped me recently is just not trying to control outcomes, man.
Yeah.
And I feel like trying to control outcomes, you can't force things, man. You just gotta let things just flow like effortlessly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
100%.
Because it's like, who was I watching? I was watching that Naval Ravikant guy that I told you about.
See, ever since you put me on to him, yeah.
He says it as well a lot. He's like the things that we find the most easiest to do and effortless is probably the things that we're the best at.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I fully agree.
And it's like you can't force yourself to like do things. So it was like the same thing that you were saying. Like if you're in a state of mind and you've got a task to do and you don't really want to do it, the best thing to do is just to not do it. Do you know what I mean? Because you're not going to be efficient at it. You're not going to get the best results of it afterwards. And then afterwards now, after the task is said and done, and you didn't get the result that you want, you're going to be even more upset.
Yeah.
Even more emotional. It doesn't really make sense. But you wasn't in the right headspace in the first place. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking of working with me actually, on the trading stuff, how was your experience been in regards to that, my bro? Like from your honest perspective.
From my honest perspective?
Yeah.
I think it's been good, man. I mean, like, you definitely helped a lot. From the way I used to look at the market, I don't look at it anymore.
Yeah.
It's good to have like a proven from someone that's actually doing it. Do you get what I mean? So you're in a position where obviously I want to be, and the best way to kind of get somewhere more efficiently is to go to the person that you want to be and get them to teach you how they've got there.
Yeah,
Do you get what I mean? And I feel like you've helped me a lot. You have a structure, you have videos, you have recordings. I could always ask you a question when I don't understand something rather than not being able to. Do you get what I mean? Because
definitely.
I think that's a very big thing about learning as well. When you're watching stuff, you have questions, and if you can't answer the questions, you're not going to get your full understanding and clarity. And it's like everyone's different, and that's why I feel like one-to-ones are like doing the one-to-one thing is really amazing. So it's worked out better than if I was to buy the course or whatever, because
Yeah.
I have questions.
And very intricate questions.
Do you
You
get
ask
what
me
I
a lot
mean?
of questions, and there are a lot of like, I can tell that you've been studying, because you wouldn't ask those type of questions if you hadn't been. Do you get where I'm coming from? You know, and that's what I rate highly as well. Like your ability to study something and have high quality questions is ridiculous, bro. Like, bro, people don't realize that your life will rise or fall by the quality of questions that you ask. Do you know what I mean? So it's like when people, like, bro, I've worked with people before. It's like this kind of come like they got no questions, and then out of nowhere, oh, bro, like, I'm struggling with this. What is this? And it's like, okay, if you had you asked me that question before, we would have just negated this whole situation. Do you know what I mean? You know, but yeah, bro. Like, bro, since I've been working with you, on my side, it's been a pleasure, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's been a pleasure. And again, like I said, when you get funded, obviously dinner's on you. Wait, what?
Oh, I know, man. G, I'm gonna. Hey,
Wait, what?
shopping. Listen,
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Obviously,
but like, yeah, bro. Like when you get funded, bro, and you're profitable and you're moving more towards that from a financial perspective, like moving towards where you want to be, bro. Like, it will make me much more happier. Do you get what I'm saying? You know, it'll make me not much more happy. It'll make me happy knowing that you've gone from where you were when we first started working together to, okay, cool. Like,
how long has it been? Like 2 months, something like 2-3 months, right?
Yeah, I think like 3.
Bro, there's been massive changes, bro. Like,
Yeah,
massive,
3 months or so.
massive, drastic changes.
Yeah.
Like, just massively. Even to like the way you just look, even to the way I look at it.
Yeah.
Even to like, we haven't even gone to psychology yet, but somehow, do you get what I mean? I'm more just chill and
Yeah,
just
easy with it.
yeah, and I just preferred kind of this way as well, this strategy, because it's just proven facts, isn't it? And it's like a strict routine or strict, what's the word, validation.
Yeah, like criteria. Yeah,
that you have to go for in order before you can even take a trade. So then it's like it eliminates so many.
Yeah, like it's like a sift. Like when we was on that call, we were talking about like the sift where it's like you've got like water with soil and rocks or whatever in it. If you put, let's say you've got so many sifts, once water goes through there, by the time it gets to the bottom, bro, you've only got the water that's clean and clear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With this strategy, it's like once, because there's so many, I wouldn't say so many, but there's a strict criteria that each trade has to meet. So that number one, every trade that you take looks exactly the same. Number one, you can very quickly see if you're following a plan or not, and you're removing a lot of like, what's the word? A lot of ambiguity from the markets. You know, like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no, okay, cool, other buyers in control, sellers in control. Once you've used like the criteria that we've gone through, it's like, okay, I know without shadow of a doubt, buyers are in control here, sellers are in control. So now you know whether to be buying or selling. And if you don't know which one is being controlled, you don't enter the trade, which means you don't take unnecessary losses. So it's like, provided you just follow the plan, your risk management is intact, bro, you can't not be profitable. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you eat clean, we say it all the time, eat clean, train well, you only drink water, you make sure that, you know, everything that you're eating is high quality food, and you're working out like a menace. A year's gonna go by, you can't be fat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You see the results.
Yeah, you're gonna see the results. Same thing with this. So it's like, yeah, man, it's been a pleasure from my side, for real, man. You know?
Many more to come, man. Listen.
Yeah. Find me on Instagram. You can find me everywhere from there. I've got all my stuff on there as well. Yeah, man. Just let's lock in. Let's get to the bag. Let's get to that happiness, man.